operation. I think everybody knows that. It's overwhelming. The thing starts and goes and goes and goes.
The biggest reason we came down is we're working on building a street rod, and so I tried to get some ideas on what was going on. So
there's a handful of that you can't even count of beautiful, creative customs throughout all of the buildings.
The people here are so fantastic. The show promoters are so fantastic. Everybody about it. I just can't believe the atmosphere and the fun that everybody has here and the camaraderie.
Hi, y'all. I'm Linda Vaughn, and I'd like to welcome y'all to the Oakland Roadster Show.
I'd say the last 3 or 4 years they've had some nice street rod stuff, but it's not really street rod stuff anymore. It's customs made to look like a street rod.
Yeah, that's for sure. I enjoyed this night. Pleasant.
This is the first time you've been here, so...
No, I mean, I've been... Hey, I wouldn't talk, team, he wouldn't know a thing, I don't know.
If you like cars, you'll love the show.
This show is timeless. There's something here for everybody to see. The granddaddy of them all, the Oakland Roadster Show.
Hey, parents, selling them parent calendars. Selling them parents, calendars. Selling them parent calendars. Hey, parents, selling them parent calendars.
I am George Haig, and I'm in charge of PR and promotions here at the Grand National Roadster Show. And on behalf of Show Promotions, I'd like to welcome all of you to the 44th edition of the Grand National Roadster Show. It was just 44 years ago that a small group of customizers and painters wanted to highlight their cars here in the Bay Area, and they chose a small venue in about 15 miles away from the Oakland Coliseum to highlight their works. It's grown to what we see here today. It's 350 cars. We have over 50,000 people a year that come to the Oakland Roadster Show. A lot of the builders and customizers like to debut their car here at Oakland because it gets a lot of press media, a lot of attention from all the magazines, the electronic media, and this is where they're going to make a name for themselves here at the Oakland Roadster Show. It has tradition that reaches all over the world. We have sports riders and motorsports riders from all over the world, as far away as France, Finland, Japan, that cover this event on a regular basis. And so I think we're getting some unique cars that people like to look at and like to drive. And the Roadster has been a traditional car that folks like to go out and cruise the highways and byways on. And the drivers, everybody's into 350 Chevrolets. And again, the creature comforts, even in the Roadsters, with the nice custom-made interiors, the sound systems that you can hear down the block, and the air conditioning, and when they have the top on. It is phenomenal to see the growth of Roadsters and where they're going in this high-tech era of billet aluminum, specially built one-piece wheels, billet aluminum steering wheels. The digital dash now is in with the Roadsters, and I think we're just scratching the surface of what we're going to see when it comes to Roadster and technology in the 90s.
we're very particular on the vehicles that we let in the show. This year alone, we had to turn away over 100 vehicles, and that's not easy to do. It sounds easy, but everybody wants to get in, and some of the cars that we had to turn away, just fantastic cars, and that's hard to do. Every year that we do the show, when you come back the next year, you won't see the same vehicle in the show. We have a new car every year. All the cars are new every year. We have a lot of feature cars in the show. We have Shazoom, which is a 57 Chevy. Of course, you wouldn't think it was when you saw it because it's all been redone by Boyd Connington. Then we also have Linda Vaughn, who is Miss Hearst. She's been around for years, and anybody and everybody would love to get one of her posters. Oakland Roadster is basically about hot rodding, all aspects of hot rodding. I mean, we have roadsters, we have coupes, we have competition cars, and of course the custom cars. We have a lot of custom cars, and it's a little bit of everything. All hot rodding from the year one on up. I mean, we have the old type hot rod cars, and we also have the new cars, the new tech type cars. Just a little bit of everything. It's 44 years history. It's called the granddaddy of them all. And when you have something like that there's so many years of going with it, that basically just everybody wants to build something bigger and better every year. And then the high-tech guys that got into where the business guys bring their cars and stuff, and it just kept going and going to where you have all the high-tech cars and a little bit of the nostalgia cars still in it. Basically, the biggest thing that I can say is just listen to what you hear. Everybody that comes, the biggest thing that we hear is, you know, I'm from Boston, I'm from New York or wherever, and I've heard how great this show is, and I really feel that they're, you know, overemphasizing things, and I get here, and, you know, it's more than they ever told me, so it's just, you gotta come. You gotta come to believe it. Whatever you hear is true, good or bad, I guess, you know.
It's hard to pick a car. Just like I said, it's hard to judge a car, it's hard to pick a car. At Oakland, there seems to be a lot of drivers, and that's a driven car. You can look around here, and you see cars that look like they won't run, looks like they can't run, but they do. So the Oakland Roadster Show is an experience. The name Oakland is a highlight of all car shows. Oakland means the automobile show in the whole United States. This place is dynamite. One of the most interesting things about this year is that there was no preconceived winner. There was no preconceived winners, so it's up for grabs, and the cars here are really great. You know, I go back a long way. Like the first show I went to was in '51, and then I put my first car in the Roadster Show in '55. I'll never forget it. '57, '61, then I went drag racing. But Oakland is very, very special to hot rodders, to street rodders, to drag racers, and to custom car builders. I think every show claims to have the best cars in America, but what happens in Oakland is it's their debut, and the best cars in America debut here. It's almost impossible to judge this show because the cars are so good. As a matter of fact, you start looking for things that are wrong with the cars, not what is right with them, because there's so many good things about these cars. The paint, the chassis work, the design, I mean, it's perfect, and so they are very great cars, and to judge them, it's almost impossible to judge the cars. We're talking about customs. There are more customs here than you can shake a stick at, and are they beautiful?
We always come to the show to see the paintwork in particular, but the fabrication of the cars is phenomenal, as you know yourself, because you've looked at them as well. And so we comment about each of them, and the ones we like more than the others. I think everybody does the same sort of thing. Even some of those that seem to be outlandish, there's a lot of people who just love them.
I like the idea they're getting out of the street rod stuff and getting into the full customs. I think the fad's kind of going back to the old car shows.
Is that your favorite customs?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Why is that?
Because they're all individual.
It's a lot more interesting to look at.
Each year we highlight a builder here at the Oakland Roadster Show. This year, Bill Reisner has brought us the CAD Experimental 2000, a Seville that he has modified and customized. And this is going to be a trend that I think you're going to see many of the customizers in the business go to. They're taking a late model Cadillac or late model production car and starting to try some new art sculptures on these cars, so to speak.
Oh, boy. Well, we did, being that the car wasn't really well liked as a Seville stock, so we thought we'd do something different. If we could make something out of that car, most kids could relate to it, know the car, see what it could be done, you know. So it's different. It's part of the guy that's building the car's personality. It's the way he thinks and believes in things. You know, I mean, it is. It's just the way it works.
You won't build anything that doesn't look nasty and bad.
That's the way I am. Everything I've ever built, you know, it's always got to have a nasty look or I'll just can't. I damn near canceled that car. The car was halfway done. I said, I'm junking it. I don't have that look.
Yeah, but we changed it.
And I changed it.
Yeah.
So what's the look you try to go out for?
Just that, you know, just nasty. Just got to be bad. It's got to be bad.
Come out of the woodwork and getting back into what they liked when they were kids.
The same thing goes true for me. I definitely like the customs more than the street rods, you know, and I come here to see the customs. That's what I come for.
Nice, because
a lot more individuality. You know, there's just so much more. You can, sky's the limit. Anything goes, and it's just a.
I think everything's getting a lot more tasteful too. It's not just the old customs back in the 50s and the early 60s and stuff was real boxy stuff. Everything kind of looked the same. Now it's like, man, there's just so much street rod influence in the customs now. Everything is handmade, motorized. Everything is just, it's got the flow.
Well, there's nothing better than cars and girls. That's right. It is American tradition. That's what's so great. You know, America should build cars like this all over again. And we'd kick the fire out of everybody else. Well, for 20 years I read about the Oakland Roadster Show. And then 20 years ago, George Hurst brought me in here. It's the first time I saw candy apple red paint. I went back to Georgia and told everybody about all the Italians and the Armenians and the candy apple red paint. And the cars, people put years of their life into these cars, and it's still shown today. Like I said, there's no age limit to it. It's absolutely timeless.
I just wanted something different. I wanted something unique that nobody had. And this is probably one of the first Eldorados ever chopped in the world. I visualized this car from the beginning that it would be a great custom. Very unique, one of a kind. It's probably one of the first radical custom Eldorado 57s ever built. The people, they really like the car because it's one of those cars that you don't see very often. And especially when you see it the way it is now, being chopped, channeled, bullet type of grill, candy paint. How could you lose?
get a spectator point of view of this?
Oh, I think it's the best. I think the Oakland Roadster show has a mystique to it that no other show has, even though it's a lot smaller than some of the shows that they have back east. It was the first. It has a lot to do with it. Everybody debuts their cars here, and all the top name people build special cars for this show almost every year. The quality of the cars and the way they handpick each car to put in the show, and almost every car in here nobody's ever seen before.
The show is important because of all the new and innovative ideas that are shown during the show. That's kind of a trendsetter for the rest of the year for the street rodding industry. Started off in June of this year and bought the chassis and built the car from the scratch, bought the body from Jerry Kugel, and then we started working on the chassis, working on the motor, working on the transmission, and 6 months later, this is what we have. It has a lot of unique features on it. It's got an automatic halon fire system in the fuel cell and in the engine compartment. It has complete computer-controlled ABS brakes to make it a real safe car. And it also has a 22-gallon fuel cell, so it has a lot of safety features on it that not only makes it an early-style roadster, but also contemporary for the 1990s. Hi, my name is Mark Filio. This is my 1932 Deuce Highboy Roadster.
Souvenir program and calendars. Program. Souvenir program and calendar. Souvenir program and calendars.
One of the traditions we like to carry on here at the Oakland Roadster Show is to give the fans a look at cars of yesteryear. One of the cars that we have this year is Tom Modis's beautiful LA Highboy flamed Roadster with the traditional flathead motor and running gear. And it just gives the folks a little look of where we were and where we're going. And we've got some great high-tech rods here this year with all the billet aluminum pieces and suspension, and even as far as the pure aluminum race engine that's all polished and gold-plated. We brought back two of the most beautiful Roadster Award winners. These were competition cars. When the trophy was given for both a most beautiful street roadster and competition roadster. One of the most notable is Pure Hell. Rich Guasco brought this car back to the Oakland Coliseum, the Roadster Show this year, and the fans have flocked to see this nostalgic piece, this Alter that runs over 200 miles an hour, short wheelbase car, and again, it was one of the past most beautiful Roadster Award winners, and sitting right next to Guasco's Pure Hell is the Del Rio Brothers Roadster that also won not once but twice the most beautiful competition Roadster Award. And these two cars are found on the nostalgic race car tour now, and you can find them at some of the drag strips around the country. And we are highlighting them here on the main arena floor at the Oakland Roadster Show.
I came down here with my cousin Wayne for this Roadster he's got, which has been one of the prettiest and the fastest for a long time. My family's been involved in racing in the stock car here for 20 some odd years, so we put a lot of time into them, and I like the ones that run fast as well as look good.
A fuel altered is a short wheelbase car that goes very, very fast. This particular car has ran 214 miles an hour, and it has a wheelbase of 92 inches. It is powered by a 392 Chrysler motor on 85% nitro. It has a Ford 9-inch rear end and a 9-gallon fuel tank. The tank sits up high along with the motor, because in the old days when we smoked the tires, you had to have all the weight as high as possible for weight transfer. This is a Simpson safety helmet. You wear a helmet like this when you drive this outrageous fuel altered named Pure Hell. Hi, my name's Rich Kowalsko, and I'm the owner of Pure Hell, the world's fastest fuel altered drag strip race car. I first built the car in 1963. It has held a record at every single drag strip it has ever ran in.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Would you like one? Come here. What's your name? Get over here. What's your name?
Jerry.
Jerry. Thank you, Jerry. So what do you think about my car? car. Is that gorgeous? Oh, first time I was ever in trouble was in one of those. Hi, I'm going to make a movie star out of you.
She's virtually a living legend in the world of motorsports, whether it be with the likes of Richard Petty, A.J. Foyt, or stars like Paul Newman. And Linda has always been first and foremost in the people's mind when it comes to motorsports. She is the lady that has set the standards for marketing PR for companies worldwide when it comes to motorsports. Fans love her because she's so personable and open to the fans. She'll talk to them for hours on end about her stories over the last 30 years in the motorsports business.
Y'all don't mind rolling them up. I got a broken hand here. I'm trying not to roll it. So how are you? What's your name?
Kent.
Nice to meet you. Kent? Got ENT?
K-E-N-T. I remember you from the Gresham House.
Look at those eyes. Isn't she a pretty thing? You know, there's, like I say, there's no age limit here. Smiley, you still love me? I still love you. It's good to see you here. Hi, y'all. I'm Linda Vaughn, and I'm so proud to be here at the Oakland Roadster show with this beautiful car. But you really want to know the reason why I'm here? It's for you, the people. It's the people that makes it all worthwhile. They're the greatest in the whole wide world, and I'm so honored to be a part of it. I've been involved in this for many, many years. I don't even want to say how many years, about 3 generations. And I love it, and you guys are wonderful. Thank you so much.
And this is my 32 Ford Roadster. It's all steel, and it's a special custom blue, and that's what we call blue steel. We have a taillight bar that lights up that goes clear around the back of the car. We have custom wheels from CDP, which are machined especially for this car. It's a one-off design. The running boards are shortened so that we can radius the rear fenders into the running boards, which follows the contour of the beading of the car. The grill is made specially with side grills, and the side panels of the hood are special. They're all made custom and complete. We have pans underneath the car from the rear and the front, seal it off. We have a Donovan engine, all aluminum, polished, with 24-karat gold-plated carburetors. They're Webers. The body is changed highly. We extended the doors 2 inches, give more room for entering and exiting the car. It's all slicked off. It's a high-tech car. Every part is machined for this car. It's clean. It's smooth. I'm an engineer, and I wanted to really come out and engineer the whole car, every nut and bolt, every part of it. And so I put this all together, and it did take 9 years.
And throughout the many years I have been coming to the Oakland show and enjoyed the many, many vehicles. And this year here, for 93, I've got to say, is probably one of the most exciting vehicles of customs and rods that I have seen in quite a length of time. Most of the expansion in customs, to see what these young craftsmen and guys and gals, I mean family participation, have come from all over the United States, come here to Oakland, to what we consider the granddaddy of all shows. This is where it generates, this is where it stimulates. Not only the fact that the young Western customizers, the Midwest and the Eastern customizers get together here to see and develop what they have created. So many exciting vehicles. If the people from the whole world could just come here and see what has been done to these many cars. I'm fortunate to have created this car for Noreen Sino from the Pepper Mill in Reno, Nevada. It's a Mercedes sports car, which is kind of a little bit different. Detroit has retained us and has retained many other guys to do cars for them because they found out that the young craftsman and the young customizer can carry forth their ideas and things. So that is very important also.
Hi, I'm Tom Otis, and this is my partner Rick Cressy, and we built the 1932 Ford Highboy Roadster, which we entitled the LA Highboy. And our main purpose for this entry of the Oakland Roadster show was to pay homage to the car restylers of the past and hot rodders of yesteryear. And we think we've captured that with all these traditional features that this Roadster has. We have outside the hood stainless steel headers that Rick Cressy fabricated, along with all the machine work. We have a beautiful handmade column that's got cooling fins. We've got tri-power, a scatter shield, a full belly pan, all kinds of custom metal and sheet metal fabrications. I hand-painted the pinstriping as well as did the flames, paint, and bodywork on the car. And we wanted this Roadster to be more than just a high-tech mass of billet, candy, paint, and anodizing. We wanted this to really show some respect to the way rods used to be. The Oakland Roadster show to me holds a special fascination because as a young teenager growing up in Long Island, New York, it's something I read about on the rainy, wet days we had back there. And the thing about this show is it's the last word. It's the epitome of Roadster shows because there is a special heritage and a special fascination here that can't be duplicated anywhere.
Oh, I imagine it's mostly the history of it, and they've kept up all the way and never let it down.
Yes, and it sets the standard each year that everybody tries to exceed the year following, so it keeps building on itself that way.
You bet.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, we go to all the famous shows and at Pebble Beach and everything else, and this is still one of the favorites.
Behind me stands the America's Most Beautiful Roadster trophy. This is the largest trophy given in all of the world for roadster show cars. It takes a special kind of person to create a car that can qualify for this. Basically, every year we get 4 or 5 cars that take a run at this trophy and compete. It takes a tremendous amount of dedication. It takes a tremendous amount of money. It takes a tremendous amount of love to compete for this trophy. I first came to this show in 1957, and it was a dream to show a car here, and from it I've always wanted to participate in the operations of the show. I started out as a partner and I continued until I'm now the single owner of the show. I still would like to get a variety of the top quality cars in the United States. I still try to give the people something that they come for. Again, it gives the people a little look back, and the nostalgia seems to be a thing that is coming back in the world of custom cars. And on the subject of Bonneville, we have a Save the Salt display here this year at the Oakland Roadster Show. We have one of the old Markley Brothers World War II gas tanks that were converted into a land speed car, has a Corvette engine. And it happened to be put together and raced this past year by Dennis Varney, last year's Most Beautiful Roadster Award winner. And he piloted that car to 280 miles an hour this year at the Salt, along with the famous Pearson Brothers Coupe that we had the pleasure of talking to Wally Parks the other day, and he had a chance to drive this car back a couple of years ago anyway. And we try to give the people here at the Oakland Roadster Show a wide array of different type of vehicles, whether it be race cars, nostalgic race cars, beautiful roadsters, customs, hot rods, muscle cars, but motorcycles has been a long-time tradition here at the show, with this year over 70 motorcycles on display, whether it be the high-tech aluminum billet motorcycles to the latest custom creations. We feature and feel that this is where the new innovative designs in motorcycles will debut here at the show. Also, we've got some great race cars. We've got a 57 Corvette up in the upstairs here at the Oakland Roadster Show, a big blowing motor and a state-of-the-art competition car that has turned a lot of heads here at Oakland. Other highlighted vehicles here at Oakland is the world-famous Challenger, Mickey Thompson Challenger, the land speed record holder, the 4-engine Pontiac land speed record holder, went 406 miles an hour. And we also have Ray Bozart's Buick convertible, started out as a 4-door stock Buick, is now a 2-door convertible with a Carson top. Ray from Iowa brought it all the way out here to the Oakland Roadster Show to be with us this year. Also, one of the more unique vehicles, you don't see a lot of Dodge vehicles on the custom car show circuit, but Rich Zochi from Antioch has brought us a 57 Dodge that he has customized in the Winfield and Cushenberry tradition. One of the other unique salt racers we have is the Jocko Moonliner, and this is a V12 Allison-powered streamliner. This car is unique, to say the least, as far as streamliners goes, within the V12 making it more unique yet, and it is also a land speed record holder at the Bonneville Salt Flats.
Hi, my name is George Tours. This is my lovely wife, Barbara Tours. This is our love Flashback Exhibition Wheel Standard. It's a 1955 Nomad station wagon powered by a 427 cubic inch blower drive services supercharged alcohol burning motor. The car completes a quarter mile at over 130 miles an hour. It's an exhibition car. It runs at National Hot Rod Associations, Super Chevy Sundays, all over the United States, any quarter mile track, car shows now we're doing. The unique thing about the car is it's a 55 Nomad that's been chopped It's a center seat car. It's only one seat in the car. You run down the quarter mile and you look through the floorboards. I've got an open hole in the bottom. I'm going down the quarter mile. I use the left and right steering brakes in the car. Let go of the steering wheel. Forget everything you've ever known about drag racing. No steering wheel whatsoever is used. It has a Turbo 400 transmission by Darrell Young Racing Transmissions. And it's like flying an aircraft, just like piloting a jumbo jet down the quarter mile. You know, we've done a lot of drag racing and stuff, and we just love wheel standing. Myself, once I took my first ride in a wheel stander, it's all over. You can't do anything else but.